Hello everybody, welcome to my wide format demonstration of paintings using a long horizontal or a wide horizontal format and or in photographic terms a wide angle but with a very kind of narrow format, and it's been a format that I've been using for many years, and I like to vary it between the regular rectangle and the square. And this one is a good example. This one over here is a plein air painting, so that one was done right on location from the tailgate of my truck. There's another YouTube video of me at the end of the first session doing this one. It's overlooking Cayuga Lake north of Ithaca on Glenwood Heights Road. And this one, you can come in here close now, is done from photographs. That was done completely plein air, and this one was done from photographs. And this is an example of an extremely wide angle lens, and in fact it's so extreme that it's beyond what they call the optic cone. There's a 60-degree kind of window that one can see, and beyond that you have to turn your head. So with this painting in the interior of my truck, you'd have to turn your head to be looking out the window. But when you're looking at the painting, you don't really think of that, but that's just something that is important to the composition. And when you saw me here, I was endeavoring to soften some edges and punch up some blacks or some contrast here to the interior of the car. So I was just adding some, softening some edges here right now, because I just put in these accentuated black areas here. So now I'm softening the edges to the area next to them. And here's another area I can soften down here. So they say hard edges are the enemy of realistic painting. So that's what I'm endeavoring here to do now. But also punching up some contrast to these areas that are closer to the viewer, to us, to get more of a feeling of depth. So I'm just adding some slight darker values in there into these areas here. Okay, I'll do one other thing here. I'm just going to, the final thing that I'll do here would be to punch up some lights after the painting's done and been sitting around. I often get ideas for things to do. And this one took a lot of drawing, and another thing I want to mention here is the eye level in each one of these. And this one, let's see, I think the eye level is about down here, because you can see the clapboards going even there. So I think the actual eye level is right there. But then there's a virtual vanishing point by virtue of the sidewalks going up. So that's kind of a virtual vanishing point up here, but the actual eye level is down here. And you can, as I said, you can see it where the clapboards are going horizontally, and then these other angles tilting. There's another kind of optical effect here with this house over here. As you go this way, the tilts start going this way, and as you come this way, the tilts start going that way. And so it has to do with the vanishing point. But back to my, you can come over here to my palette here, if you will. I'm going to show you my green tone. I'm mixing it up with chromium oxide green and a little Naples yellow and a little cadmium yellow to get a warm green. That's what I'm doing here. All right, can you come back to the painting here now? Okay, it's just about perfect. Sometimes I test it to see if it's what I want, but I'm looking for something that was warm and a light value, just to pop in some of these foliage areas here. Because it was, this is the golden hour, late in the afternoon on a probably a summer day. So the light is very warm and golden here. Okay. And I could do this more over other places too. I'm gonna get a little more, in fact, this cadmium yellow here is a good one too, just to make it even warmer and golder. It's still kind of a golden green and over here. So that's just about what I was looking to get. The last rays of sun coming in here on these trees. Okay, and one last thing, and I'll pop this in here a little bit, this light here, and that's going to be done with more white and more yellow. Oops, might be a little too much of the golden ochre there. That looks like about what I'm endeavoring to get. Maybe a little lighter, because I want to bring out the contrast here. That's pretty good. So this scene is here in Ithaca, New York. It's on Route 79, also called State Street, leading east out of town. So the sun was behind me, and the sun's coming this way and illuminating, making these nice cast shadows here. And I always think of the tilts and angles of the sidewalks and of the road. The road has a kind of a camber, an arch to it, and that the sidewalks are also tilting here. So when I put the brush strokes down, I think of that, the angles and slants of things. Okay, and even have a self-portrait with the same hat that I've got on here today, and showing the camera in my hand, the iPhone. Okay, so that's about all I wanted to do here today. I'll just pop in a little bit of light on this telephone pole here. Okay, so I'm going to talk about a couple of others. I have a couple other paintings that are also have the wide angle. So if you look at this one here, I've talked about this in a couple other videos, but it fits in with the theme of this video presentation of the wide angle format. And this one was also done plein air, at least it was started that way, then finished in my studio. So it was all conceived on location in Stonington, Maine. And then if you follow me around here, there's a couple other ones. And this is one that I've just finished too. It was started plein air, so also on my YouTube channel you can see a version of this where I started it on location above Hammondsport, New York. And so I had made all the major decisions right there on location, and it was quite general. I didn't get very far because the light was going and it was starting to get cold. It was done on the winter solstice, or close to the winter solstice. And this couple walked past with their dog, and I like them as an element in there. But the main theme is the afternoon light, this solstice light of the warmth of the day, and there was a lot of details with the vineyard there, and the post and the vines themselves. So I did that later back here in the studio. And then if you want, this last one here is a plein air painting, also of a wide format, but done right on location. It's depicts the inlet here in Ithaca with the boat club in the background, and it was done just this past summer, plein air. Okay, so that if you want to back up, that concludes the presentation. I hope you've found it instructive and maybe offered you ideas for different formats for your own paintings. I find it engaging and interesting to do a variety of formats. Like you can see these squarish formats, but I still think of the same compositional structures and and elements to whether it's a wide format or a conventional or traditional format. So look for these on my website, briankeeler.com or northstarartgallery.com, and some of them, like the last one we looked at, will be available at the West End Gallery in Corning, New York. So if you're over that way, please stop in. They always have several of my paintings up, and I'll have a show this spring, as I've done for the past 32 years. Okay, thanks so much for your attention.
It's on, but it's acting like it's paused.